Hello and welcome to today's consultation hour. Today I will talk about the trust technique, what it is. So the presentation will covering the following topics. What is the trust technique? The three main principles: creative reaction, realization learning, and trusted cooperation. The purpose of consultation and the role of the practitioner, the benefits for animals and people, the bigger picture in context of animal-assisted healing, and the history of the trust technique. And at the end, I will share the story of a dog, of a girl that lives with me since 2021, I think. And yeah, she arrived. I will tell her story later. She arrived when I found the trust technique and I started to work with her, and it was incredible what happened to this dog. But let's start with the trust technique. So what is the trust technique? First, it is a method of working with humans and their animals. It is not a training. It is a brilliant method to resolve problems for animals and humans, to overcome fear and trauma, and to help with a better communication and connection. In the trust technique, we work without pressure, dominance, obedience, or fear. It is based on sharing feelings in a peaceful way, so it is not very active. It is more education and less training. So the goal is to bring down the thinking level and be peaceful. So what does it mean that we share feelings, and how does that affect our relationship with animals? There are three ways humans and animals are connected and influence each other by sharing feelings. We have high-level thinking of animals, so fear and aggression, and the human reacts with fear, aggression, stress. Or the life experience of animal and human, they are similar. Both are abundant, for example. Or high-level thinking of human. That means the animal tries to neutralize the stress and feels responsible for the stress the human has. That means if animal or human, it doesn't really matter. But if one has a high level of thinking, the other one reacts. Animal with animal, human with human is the same. The aim of the method is to reduce the thinking level and to promote trust, connection, confidence, and communication. When we think too much, we are disconnected from us and from others. Less thinking means we are more connected. On a thinking level line, a 10, for example, is pure panic, and a 0, a deep meditative state. I have in the, I think where another topic advice is the scale with the level 0 to 10. All over 6 and 7 is overthinking. There we find behavior problems like fear, anger, and worry, or overexcitement. The dog who freaks out when you take the lead for a walk, for example. When we are overthinking, it is not possible to learn or understand anything around us. We're stuck in a circle of problems, no matter if it's positive or negative. On a 4 or 5, we are awake and relaxed, we can listen and learn. Or we do routine things like putting on shoes, doing the laundry or whatever. Practicing the trust technique helps both human and animal to calm down overthinking and get into a healing state. On a 0 thinking level, we are in a deep connection with us and others. It is a meditative state where physical and emotional healing is possible. No mental activity. The body shows signs of release. We call it dreaming. And in this state, trauma can be released. Now, supporting an animal through this state of healing founds a very deep connection and relationship. The animal feels much better. It feels much more connected when it understands that the human helps him to relax. And when the animal wakes up and the human is beside him, just there, it feels safe, can make a new experience and start to trust. Further, trust technique helps working with cooperation. For example, if the horse is afraid to go into the trailer, because of supporting an animal in a peaceful state, it wants to be with their humans, because it's a great feeling. We show the animal that we take responsibility and it can trust us. So it is not the situation that we say to the animal, who is maybe afraid of a situation or a thing, be more afraid of us than of these circumstances. This is what we do when we work with fear, pressure, dominance. So we leave that and we want to work with trust, with cooperation. Even for a very high thinking animal, it is healing to go to a state of 4 or 5 of a thinking level where it can realize and learn. If it always stressed on a 7 or over 5. So when we have animals that are very anxious or easily stressed, it can sometimes help just to bring them down a little bit. It's not necessary that they fall asleep, and that works step by step. But in the beginning, it's fine to help them to calm down a little bit so they can realize the environment, the circumstances, make new experiences. The trust technique has 3 principles. Creative reaction, that means building trust and connection. Realization learning, it helps to overcome problems. And the trusted cooperation. The 3 principles are always guided by the 4 Ps. Peace, patience, purpose, and persistence. So creative reaction means we are building trust and connection with the use of presence, with the present moment. That means we deliver a feeling with a focused presence. We are present with our animal. We create a feeling that the animal reacts to, and we react to our animal's feeling without words. As I explained before, thinking develops feelings and we share these feelings. We have the 3 reactive ways between animal and human. Animal reacts to human reacts to animal, and life attraction. The feeling we are sharing now is you can be peaceful, not with words, but by feeling and non-thinking. And now the animal's mind is reduced. If we are stressed and we talk to our dog, you can be peaceful because we are stressed. The dog will not understand the words. That's why this talking, calming down the dog with words does not work. We have to feel the peace. And the trust technique helps us to be peaceful, and the animal, the dog, can share this peaceful feeling and calm down too. The benefit from creative reaction is a dance between the present moment and the mindful regard. With the state of the present moment, we calm down the thinking level. This low level of thinking is a very authentic feeling, and we create a space by peace of mind, and the animal reacts to that. During mindful regard, we get invisible touch and observe the animal's feelings and reactions. It is very silent but powerful communication. During the present moment, thinking and emotions get down, and the animal is free to react, to show feelings. We want the animal to express himself. During mindful regard, we observe the animal. We can see stress, fear, anger. Now the animal shows why it cannot be peaceful. The animal is allowed to express itself at its own pace. It is an invitation and not a command. It's not the command, be peaceful and calm and don't move. It is a mindful regard that delivers feelings in the animal's pace. And we show our animal that we understand these feelings and take responsibility. When our animal understands that we give the peaceful feeling, it deepens our connection. So creative reaction is changing the shared feelings. We hold the space and allow the animal to feel and let go pain and trauma in a safe space. It can heal. The next point is realization learning. So overthinking creates reactions of fear, anger, worry, aggression, or overexcitement. This is often based on a conditioning from the past and or fear of the future. By reducing the overthinking, human and animal calm down. We are less nervous and can learn. When overthinking, nobody, human or animal, is able to learn. In panic, we are in a state of fight, flight, or freeze, and advised reaction is impossible. Now, during realization learning, we calm down our mind and the animal calms down too. The animal shows maybe a reaction of fear, but it will not overthink anymore. The animal can make new experiences. Now, the new reality is no more what is expected from the past. The animal can learn to trust and learn new habits. For example, a horse that is afraid of the trailer because it had an accident, it can learn to trust human and trailer again, step by step. This needs time in the beginning, but at the end, because the animal makes the experience by its own, it has understood and not learned by training and maybe fear or dominance, that the trailer is fine and it can trust the trailer again. So this would be trusted cooperation. We have built up trust now. We know each other, human and animal. We listen to each other. We take care for each other. Cooperation is no one-way road. I'm the boss and you have to do what I want. We respect the animal's opinion and feeling. If animals understand that we listen and take their opinions serious, they start to trust. Now we have a very loyal friend and partner at our side. They want to work with us. They want to learn and cooperate beyond any dominance and obedience. That means we work together with gratitude. And now it is possible to learn new habits or to overcome trauma and fear. That means, example, for the horse that is afraid of the trailer, I do not push my horse into the trailer. I go as far as the horse can go. And when the horse stops, I stop. And then we maybe go back. Or we stay at this point and wait until the horse is ready to make the next step. And if this needs hours, it needs hours. If it needs days, it needs days. That doesn't mean that we are standing there for hours and days. We work several times, but it's no punishment for the animal. So what are the purpose of consultation and the role of the practitioner? The trust technique practitioner has personally experienced a deeper connection with animals and experience with the three principles. From this, the trust technique practitioner can deliver the understanding of the trust technique with full meaning and support the client all the time. Trust technique practitioners help the client to build a trusting relationship with their animal, to understand the animal's behavior, needs, or problems like fear or stress or anger. The practitioner provides the client to build a healing environment for both animals and himself. This is very important. It is not only for the animal. We are working with the humans. We help the humans, we support the humans to help themselves and their animals. Practitioners hold the space to support the client and the animal during the process. The aim is to help both to be more peaceful and to create for both a physical and emotional healing. The practitioner always works at the humans and animals pace, understands and follows the three principles of the trust technique, and guides the clients through the process. And the practitioner honors the connection of animal and human with compassion and understanding. That means wherever you are with your animal, you're at the right time, at the right place. And you do what you can do now, and you learn, and you go forward. The benefits for animals and people are the relationship between animals and human improves. We have a deeper connection, the feeling of togetherness, the trust in each other. The animal can learn new habits: vet, farrier, trailer, lead, car. Trust technique also works from distance, so also with an animal separated or in a crate, and is Garrett when you want to introduce a new animal into your family. We have a strong connection by cooperation and communication without words. Training by fear and dominance is no longer needed. We understand each other. a deeper listening and understanding for the animals' needs and opinion. We also have a better understanding for our needs and our overthinking. We have a first aid kit. We learned an authentic thinking with a calm, intuitive mind. That means we can understand what is reality and what is just in our mind. Animals no longer feel responsible for our problems. For example, they have no chance to understand our problems with an electricity bill. Emotional and physical healing for both is a consequence. So what is the bigger picture and context of animal-assisted healing? Trust technique moves past the dominance between human and animal. In our relationship, we become more equal. The process helps people to understand that animals often reflect their humans' issues. If it helps people to calm down when overthinking, and the peaceful animal helps them even more. The animal is recognized as a sensitive being with own opinions and feelings. That creates a deep connection between animal and human. The process helps to overcome problems for both human and animal. Both can heal. It helps to reduce behavior problems based on fear or trauma. This is less stress for the human, for example, who is afraid to go for a walk with the dog because the walk with the dog is just stressful, or maybe becomes a fight. It is the future of consciousness. How we see and work with animals as intelligent and equal beings. The way we influence each other and the feelings we share has changed into a peaceful way. Humans benefit from the relationship, the deep connection they can heal from their own trauma. Often animals have a better connection to traumatized people, and they are a perfect partner. Animals help people to come back into their life and connect with other people again. So, where does it come from? The trust technique is founded by James French and Shelley Slingo. The cornerstone was James' childhood experience. He had a rough life on a farm with a drinking father, and the animals on the farm helped him through this time. Later, he started to work with horses professional and was shocked by the way they were treated. He started to work with Reiki to help the animals. And then he combined animal communication and Reiki, also to help the humans. So the trust technique was born. Originally, it was called practical animal communication. It was created from the understanding of healing and communication. So the first clinic was in 2007. It shall help animals and people, and it shall be as simple as possible, so accessible for everybody and all animals. Today, James and Shelley help all animals in special rescue centers all over the world. They help in Arizona, the Salt Lake Association with the wild horses. They are in South Africa helping sanctuary for lions. In Asia, they are helping a sanctuary for bears. Yes, and so there is no animal that will not benefit from the trust technique, and also the humans benefit a lot from it. This was a trust technique. So when you have questions, when you want to know more, you can contact me. I can also help you online. It is possible to have a trust technique session online. Now I will show you the story of a dog who arrived 2021. I don't know. We will have a look at it. This is my Instagram account. Here are most of the videos and pictures. So let's have a look at Raiponce. Raiponce is a dog who was born in Romania in 2021, I think. And with 6 months, she was adopted. She came to France, and because she didn't know anything about living with humans in a house, wearing a lead or harness, collar, she freaked out. She got panicked, and the family abandoned her immediately. There was not even 24 hours. She had a 48 hours trip from Romania to France, and the family abandoned her in 12 hours. And the association asked me if I could take her, and said yes, but not immediately. And we have to make a covoiturage, bring her with different benevolent volunteers, volunteers who will drive her, because she was in the south a few hours away, and we needed a transport for her. I couldn't drive there and pick her up. So she came to another person for a few days, and there she escaped. And it was July, I think, when she escaped, and she was gone with collar and harness, 6 months old. That means she was still growing. And people tried to catch her, to find her, but it was not possible. And in winter, we thought she died. And February, she was alive. And it was possible to catch her. And she was for 1 more month in a shelter. And then she came to us. And these are the first pictures when she, this is the transport. And that was when she arrived at my house. She lived in an open barn, and she was very, very, very anxious and frightened. She was in this corner. She just came out in the night to eat and drink. Otherwise, she was sitting in this corner, shivering, trembling, shivering all the time. And that was where I started with the trust technique. She was sitting in this corner, and I was beside her and just doing the present moment and mindful regard. Here you can see this was 2 months after she was saved. These are still from the collar and the harness where she grew up with. And slowly she became more and more secure. This is another video where she's in her corner. So it is just sitting beside her, doing the present moment, what means being in this meditative state, not thinking, not feeling, sharing this moment with her. And she could let go all her pain, all her fear, all her anxiety and anger, and start to trust. She was able, in this state, she was able to make a new experience because it was calm. I was not sitting there and trying to touch her or to get her in any activity. These were the first moments when she was separated in this she had this fence, and she could have contact to the other dogs. So, and after a while, she became more and more secure. I have made a little video. This it is. Yes, born 2020. These were the photos where she was in the wild when she arrived. then I could sit beside her, and she came out and was lying there and started to sniff. And this was one of the first moments when I opened the gate from her crate, and the others could go in. And then she came out and started to interact with the other dogs. And this was, yes, 2020. So she was born in 2020, came to France 20. This was her first winter. She was a bit unsure what to do. The first winter, she still stayed outside. She slept in a barn. Her decision. So we have a little video. This was from this summer, this year in summer. This behavior is stress. We are out in the garden, so it's not her safe space. We are out in the garden with all the other dogs, and she's a bit insecure, and so she holds my arm. She starts to lick my arm and bite a little bit on my hand. And it's okay. It's okay. It's not even when she starts to bite into the blanket, it's an overreaction of overthinking. That's her level of overthinking. And yes. So we are still in progress. I will, yeah, that's it. I will put the link to this video to the Instagram account. So when you scroll down a little bit, you will find all the videos about her. On YouTube, there are not so many. Also on Instagram. This was the trust technique and the history or the story of Raiponce. I hope it was interesting. And if you have any questions, write it in the comment or send me a message. And thank you for listening, and have a good time with your dog.